welcome to Morning Flow today. We're starting 5 minutes earlier, so if there is any request on where you would like to open up to relieve any tension in your body, send a message on the chat. And if you have any injuries, let me know as well. So for today's morning flow, although it will be a gentle flow, we're going to be activating the proper muscle functions that is required to support, for instance, your lower back or anything issue that is going within your body. In yoga, we use the whole body to make sure you don't strain, put too much weight on one part of the body. So I have received a request, not on the live chat, but before on my Instagram, that this person would like the opening of the psoas, the hip flexors, and also some back bending, but we'll do some gentle back bending. Often when I do my morning flow at various studios for MoreYoga, often the request is opening the hips, so we'll including opening the hips, we're going to include opening the psoas, and also a little bit of back bending as well. So we still have 3 minutes before the start of the class. So we're just going to do a quick recap on how to do Warrior 1. So when you're transitioning from downward dog, we pivot the left big toe 11 o'clock and step the right foot forward, the right knee is above the right ankle. And if you have a weakness in the right outer hips, the hip sticks out, which causes the outer edge of the back foot to turn out, and you come into this Warrior 2 stance. With the Warrior 2 stance, when the outer edge of the back foot is turned out, it locks the hips. So from here, when you try to force the hips to face forward, you strain your psoas and your knees. So if you come up like this, then adjust the back foot where the back toe is generously pivoted in, so you can draw the right hip back, left hip forward, so the pelvis, the hips is neutral. Okay. The foundation is always the back leg. So make sure that the outer edge of the back foot is grounded. So if you're on the balls of the feet when you come up, probably the stance is too long. So make it short so you can really ground the outer edge of the back foot into the floor. Yes. So for any of those like in-depth explanations on a yoga pose, I do some yoga tutorials on my Instagram page. So check my Instagram page. So no requests, no questions, no injuries that I need to know. We still have 2 minutes, so if you still want to, there's still time to ask. And then on the live chat, I mentioned there's a Spotify playlist that I've shared. It's under the description, so there's a link there. But of course, you're more than welcome to use your own music. So for this class, make sure you have at least 2 bricks. At least 2 bricks. If you don't, you can use a book, preferably with the same height. Okay. Okay, so let's start. So come into tabletop position, shoulders above the wrist, hips over the knees. And place the brick underneath your hands. Hands shoulder width. And then we're going to place the elbows in the middle of the brick. If you're adventurous with your shoulders, you can place the brick on the medium height. If you're very adventurous, you can place the block brick on the high side. Whatever the height is, placing the elbows in the middle of the brick, tuck the toes and bring the head through, and then palms together, and then bring the head through completely between your upper arms, and then bring the fingertips between your shoulder blades and breathe here for a few breaths. Allow the breath to slow down. As the breath slows down, let the residue of the week so far to melt away with each and every breath. With the hands in prayer, set an intention for your practice today. Whether it's how you want to feel, or how you want to move, or sending a wish out to the universe. And inhale, come up, and exhale, remove the brick out to the side, and come into that tabletop position, and start a small cat and cow. Yeah. So when you are in cow, arching the back, collapsing the heart, but you're still pushing away the mat through the arms, looking at the horizon as you inhale. And when you exhale into cat, tuck the tailbone down, expanding the space between the shoulder blades, looking at the navel or through the legs towards the back of the room. And then inhale, once again, into that cow. And exhale into that cat. And continue the movement with the breath. So with the Ujjayi breath, when you're inhaling through the nose, there's that slight constriction in the back of the throat. So if we all had the Adam's apple, we're trying to bring that towards the back of the throat, swirling the air around the jawline, all the way to the back of the ears. When you exhale, it's that ha cell with the intention to fog a window, bringing heat into the body. And inhale, come into neutral. Exhale, thread the left arm through, bringing the left shoulder blades down, and you're on the left side of the forehead. You can place the right hand above the left wrist, creating a cactus arm with your right arm, or you can sweep the right arm up and over behind the back with the intention to grab the left inner thighs. Or you can straighten the right arm up and over the head. If it's too much for the arms to be straight, you can walk the hands out to the right, facing northeast. And whatever feels good for you here. And breathe here. Trying to equalize the length between the inhale and the exhale. You may stay here, or if you want to open up the hamstrings, tuck the right toes and start digging the right balls of feet as you extend the right leg. Inhaling through the nose and exhale that ha sound. If it's too much, to do that ha sound with a closed mouth, open the mouth, creating a small space between the teeth, softening the jawline, allowing the inhale to lengthen, and the exhale to deepen. And exhale, drop the right knee, place the right hand above the left wrist, and inhale, roll onto the forehead as you come up into tabletop. We'll do the other side. Threading the right arm through, bringing the right shoulder blades down, and you're on the right side of the forehead, and placing the left hand above the right wrist, creating a cactus arm with the left arm. Or you can sweep the left arm behind the back with intention to grab the right inner thighs. Or you can place the left hand up and over towards the head. If it's too much to keep the arm straight, of course you can bring that left hand out to the side, facing northwest, whatever feels good for you here. So in yoga, you don't want to push through the edge of the resistance. When you push through the edge of the resistance, the protection mechanism embedded in our DNA kicks in. And it makes the brain feel unsafe, and it contracts the muscles. So in order for the brain to feel safe, to open up, you want to be a bit 10% away from the edge of the resistance. So the brain wants to open up. So you may stay here or extend the left leg, tucking the left toes, digging the left balls of feet away as you extend that left arm. And the breath is the key to steady the nervous system. Breaking comfortably, equalize the length between the inhale and the exhale. Exhale, drop the left knee, place the left hand above the right wrist, and inhale, roll onto the forehead to come up into tabletop. And tuck the toes into downward dog as you exhale. And breathe here for a few breaths as you pedal the legs. You can even open up the side of the ribs as you sway the hips and the heels from side to side when you're on the balls of the feet. Whenever the hands are on the mat, fingers spread wide like sunburst. 2, crease of the wrist parallel to the short end of the mat. 3, make sure you're pressing down into the base of the thumb and the first index finger. If there's flotation cupping there, it will radiate pain to the wrist, kinetic chain to the elbows all the way to the shoulders. And then 4, make sure that the eye of the elbow is facing towards the thumb. If you're hypermobile, it can turn towards the fingers or it can turn towards the wrist. And place the feet together And inhale, raise the right leg into three-legged dog. The foundation is the left leg. If your hamstrings are tight, of course you can bend the left knee. Pushing away the mat, bringing the head through the upper arms, looking at the navel or through the leg towards the back of the room. And exhale, bring the right knee into the chest, moving the shoulders above the wrist, rounding the spine, looking at the navel. Inhale into three-legged dog. And exhale, bring the right knee into the chest, moving the shoulders above the wrist. And inhale into three-legged dog. Stop here and exhale into Pigeon. So keeping the upper extremities still, shoulders square, bend the right knee, bring the right heel towards the right buttocks, and bringing the right knee out. For 3, 2, 1. And inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, release into Pigeon, bringing the knee forward, take it out to the side, extending the left leg, and tucking the back toes. So if your right calf parallel to the short end of the mat is too much, of course you can bring the right calf in. Make sure you're externally rotating the right thigh. But that doesn't mean that the left thigh bone rolls out together. The left thigh bone is rolling in where the left knee is facing down. So if you prefer that you need a brick here, placing one brick underneath your right hip, or placing the other brick on the left psoas, or both. If this hurts your lower back, of course you can melt your upper extremities all the way down to the floor. And breathe here for a few breaths. So we'll stay here for about a minute, or a minute and a half. So for any stretch, when it comes to flexibility, improving the flexibility, you want to be in a pose for at least 60 to 90 seconds. So taking this time to really listening to the sensations in the body. And the body is the first place that tells you how you feel. So if it doesn't feel right, adjust yourself where it feels better for you. There's no need to stay in the pose if you're starting to cramp your muscles. And then inhale, come up, and exhale into downward dog. And we'll do the other side. And pedal the legs out. Place the feet together and inhale, raise the left leg. The foundation's the right leg. So if your hamstrings is tight, of course you can bend the right knee. Pushing away the mat, bringing the head through the upper arms, looking at the navel. And exhale, bring the left knee into the chest, shoulders above the wrist, rounding the spine, looking at the navel, and inhale into three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the left knee into the chest, shoulders above the wrist. Inhale into three-legged dog. Stop here and exhale into Pigeon dog. Keeping the upper extremities still, shoulders square, bending the left knee, bring the left heel to the left buttocks, bringing the left knee out for 3, 2, 1. And inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, release into Pigeon. Bringing the left knee out, untucking the back toes, extending that right leg back. And once again, if that left calf parallel to the short end of the mat is too much, of course you can bring that left calf in. And adjust accordingly if you want to place a block underneath your left hips, or placing the other brick on the right psoas. If you prefer to sway the hips from side to side, if that feels good. If that's too much for your lower back, of course you can melt your upper extremities all the way down to the floor. And breathe here for a few breaths as we stay here for about a minute, or a minute and a half. And inhale. Come out. Exhale, downward dog. And pedal the legs once again. And inhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. Exhale, bend the knees, allowing the belly to rest on the upper thighs. And breathe here for a few breaths as you rock the feet back and forth. If you prefer ragdoll, grabbing the elbows, allowing the head to bob up and down or shaking the head from side to side, whatever feels good for you here. For 3, 2, 1. And inhale, root the feet into the floor as you come all the way up, arms on the hip. Tucking the tailbone down, bring the pubic bone forward, squeezing inner thighs, the quads, outer hips as you look at the thumbs. And exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, raise the arms. Lifting the lower cage away from the hips. And exhale, full forward. You can always bend the knees, chest to the thighs. Then slowly straighten the leg, looking between the toes. And inhale, walk the hands away. Exhale, chaturanga from a straight leg or a bent knee. Shift the shoulders forward. Elbows stack above the wrist, halfway down. Inhale, untuck the toes. Strong legs, lift the chest up, collarbone open. And exhale into downward dog. And adjust the hands and adjust the feet. Place the feet together and inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot forward only. Right knee above the right ankle, ground the outer edge of the back foot, back left toe, then generously pivoted in, facing 11 o'clock. Draw the right hip back, and with control, inhale into warrior 1. And breathe here for a few breaths. Lifting the lower cage away from the hips. For 3, 2, 1. And exhale, arms back, interlace the fingers, palms open. Inhale, bring the shoulder girdle up and over and the hands down. Keeping the lower extremities still. Exhale, fold forward. It's not humble warrior, so the right hip doesn't stick out. Really testing the strength in the back leg, grounding the outer edge of the back foot, drawing that right hip back. And so the spine is running nice and long in the center between your right foot and the left foot. Looking at the navel or the back heels. For another 3, 2, 1. And exhale, plant the hands and step the right foot back into downward dog or vinyasa. So it's your choice in terms of intensity, whether you want to do that chaturanga. Inhale into upper dog and exhale into downward dog. And once we all meet in downward dog, place the feet together and inhale, raise the left leg. Warrior 1. Exhale, step the left foot forward, left knee above the left ankle. Ground the outer edge of the back foot, right big toe facing 1 o'clock. Draw that left hip back and with control, inhale into warrior 1. And breathe here for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, arms back, interlace the fingers, palms open. Inhale, bring the shoulder girdle up and over and the hands down. Keeping the lower extremities still, fold forward. Looking at the navel or the back heels. For 3, 2, 1. And exhale, plant the hands either side of the left foot and step the left foot back into vinyasa or into downward dog. And once we all meet in downward dog, inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step the right foot forward only. Right knee above the right ankle and drop the left knee, untuck the back toes and inhale, raise the arms up. And breathe here for a few breaths. for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, place the left hand inside the right foot, right hand on the waist, tuck the back toes, lift the left knee, digging the left balls of the feet into the mat. And breathe here for a few breaths. For those who have a slight micro bend in the left knee, you want to squeeze the left quads, lifting the left kneecaps up. And if still that's not working, we need the whole body engagement. It's helped by trying to sew the Uddiyana Bandha, located 3 fingers below the navel towards the spine as you expand the space between the shoulder blades, pushing away the mat through the left arm. That helps to already lift that left knee. And once you're here, inhale, lengthen through the navel, so exhale, open to the right, and then raising that right hand, or if you prefer to sweep the right arm behind the back with the intention to touch the outer left hips, you may. You can look at the horizon, or if it's okay with the neck, looking at the sky for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, look at the right foot and pivot the back foot, inner edge of the back foot onto the mat and turning to the left long end of the mat. Turning the right toe in, right knee bent, left leg straight. And then bob the hips up and down here, or you can rock the body back and forth, whatever feels good. Make sure that the outer edge of the left foot is fully grounded. So your inner arches are lifted so you don't strain the knee or strain the inner thighs. For 3, 2, 1. And inhale, come into neutral, into the center. And exhale, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. And you can bob up and down or rock back and forth, whatever feels good for you. Make sure the outer edge of the back right foot is grounded, lifting the inner arches so you don't strain the knee, strain the inner thighs. Keeping the chest lifted, using the back muscles to open up the space between the lower ribs and the hips. For 3, 2, 1. And inhale, come into center, bending both knees. Placing the hands shoulder width. And inhale, open the upper extremities, using the back muscles to lift the lower cage away from the hips so the arms are straight here. Keeping this integrity in the spine. Exhale, soften the elbows, allowing the head and the neck to hang heavy. If the head goes closer to the floor, the hands walks towards the arches. So with the flexibility in the hamstrings, make sure that the back of the hip is in line with the back of the heels. If you insist the legs are straight and the hips are behind the heels, that strains the knees, strains the hamstrings. So bend the knees. If it's with a bent knee, it's okay that the hips are behind the heels, but if you insist the legs are straight, by pushing away the mat through the outer edge of the feet, squeezing the quads, lifting the kneecaps up, and pulling into that Uddiyana Bandha, suction, lower ribs, as you fold forward. And then breathe here for another 3, 2, 1. And inhale into half lift, arms straight. And exhale, pivot the right foot towards the front end of the mat. Plant the hands either side for right foot and step the right foot back into downward dog or into your vinyasa. And inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, step the left foot forward only, left knee above the left ankle, and drop the right knee, untuck the back toes, and inhale, raise the arms up. And breathe here for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, place the right hand inside the left foot. Place the left hand on the waist, tuck the back toes, and inhale, lift the right knee, digging the right balls of feet into the mat. And once again, if the right knee is micro bent, not just squeezing the right quads, lifting the right kneecaps up, it's helped by the whole body engagement. Now try to sew that Uddiyana Bandha towards the spine, expanding the space between the shoulder blades, pushing away the mat through the right hand, okay, which already helps to lift the right knees. And from here, inhale, lengthen through the bellows to exhale, open to the left. And of course, you can place the left hand on the waist, or if you want to raise that left arm up, or sweep the left arm behind the back with the intention for the left fingers to be touching the right outer hips. You can look at the horizon or look at the sky and breathe here for another 3, 2, 1. And exhale, place the left hand outside the left foot and then spin on the inner edge of the right foot. And spin the left foot in, facing the right long length of the mat, and bend both knees. Adjust where the feet are one leg width apart. Bend the knees and grab the big toe. First 2 fingers between the big toe, second toe, thumb wrapping around the inner edge of the big toe. And inhale, lengthen through the nostrils, using the back muscles to open the upper extremities. Arms are straight. And then if you want to go deeper, soften the elbows, allowing the head and the neck to hang heavy. And once again, if you insist the legs to be straight, make sure you find the forward is in the forward fold so the back of the hip is in line with the back of the heels. If that's too much, of course, you can bend the knees. If the knees are bent with the thigh and chest connection without increasing the gap, you want to push away the mat through the outer edge of both feet, squeezing the quads, then the inner thighs, outer hips, sewing into that Uddiyana Bandha to tilt. Try to tilt 3 fingers below the navel towards the center of the gravity. And for another 3, 2, 1. And inhale into half lift. And exhale, release the fingers. And pivot the left foot 12 o'clock facing the front end of the mat. Plant the hands and step the left foot back into vinyasa or into downward dog. And breathe here for a few breaths. For 3, actually, so people are maybe doing still the vinyasa. So another 4, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, lift the heels, curl the spine so the shoulders are above the wrist. And exhale, bring the pubic bone down, using the strength in the legs, the back muscles, the arms to lift the chest up, collarbone open, into this floating up dog, and exhale into downward dog. Once more, inhale, lift the heels, curl the spine, shoulders above the wrist. Exhale, bring the pubic bone down. And inhale, lift the chest up, collarbone open, and stay here for a few breaths. If you want to pinball the ribcage from side to side, you may. Use the strength in the legs, the back muscles, the core, the arms, the whole body engagement. For another 2, 1. And inhale, come into center, and exhale into downward dog. And inhale, place the feet together as you raise the right leg. And exhale, look between the hands as you step the right foot forward only. Drop the left knee and tuck the back toes. And stay. So from here, bring the right foot out to the side, placing the hands on the mat. Or you can place the hands on the brick on the low side. Or you can place the hands on the medium height, or you can place the hands on the high side, where you can use the back muscles to keep the chest lifted, collarbone open, so you can soften the shoulders. And creating a natural curve in the neck. If you prefer, forearm on the high side, or the forearm on the low side, or forearm on the low side, or all the way on the mat. And if you prefer lizard, where you tuck the back toes, lifting that left knee. Once again, whole body engagement. So if that left knee is micro bend, once again, sew that Uddiyana Bandha towards the spine, expanding the space between the shoulder blades. If the foundation is the back leg. Looking diagonally forward. If you look down, the spine curls. Okay, so you want to use the back muscles to keep the chest lifted, collarbone open, creating a natural curve in the neck. So the neck weighs about 12 to 18 pounds. So when you tilt the chin 30 degrees, that weight of the brain, the head, becomes 30 pounds. If you tilt the head 60 degrees, that weight of the head becomes 60 pounds. So it's really important to allow the tension in the neck and the shoulders by creating that natural curve where you can look forward, where you can open up. So if that's a struggle, then come higher. Remember to be 10% away from the edge of the resistance, where you can comfortably equalize the length between inhale and exhale. And for those who are lizard, drop the left knee and tuck the back toes, and exhale, roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, bringing that right knee out to the side. Of course, you can stay still, or you can rock the knee from side to side, or if you prefer, to sway the knee and the hips from side to side, whatever feels good for you. For another 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, bring the right knee in, arms straight on the mat or on the low side of the brick. And then from here, placing the right hand inside the right inner kneecaps. And then inhale, open the hips, rolling onto the outer edge of the right foot, bringing the right knee out, and opening the right upper extremities. You can stay still or exhale, contract in, and then inhale, open, and exhale, contract in, and inhale, open, and exhale, contract in, and inhale, open. And stay here, or if you want more for the left quads, the left psoas, bend the left knee, bringing the left heel towards the left buttocks, grabbing the inner edge of the left foot. And inhale, lengthen to open up the upper extremities, to exhale, open. You can stay still or exhale, contract, and inhale, open. For another 3, 2, 1. And exhale, release. Tuck the back toes, lift the left knee, digging the left balls of the feet into the floor. And this time, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, lift the right balls of the feet, so you're on the right heel, and spin on the outer edge of the right foot. So the right shin is parallel to the right long end of the mat, and inhale, lengthen, to exhale, open. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. And exhale, fold forward. Looking forward to exhale, step the right foot back into downward dog or into vinyasa. And inhale, look between the hands. As you exhale, step the left foot forward only. Left knee above the left ankle, drop the right knee and tuck the back toes. And then bringing that left foot out to the side, placing both hands inside the left foot, arms straight, or on the low side of the brick, medium or high, or placing the forearm on the high or medium or low. Whatever feels good, where you can keep the chest lifted, collarbone open, creating that natural curve in the neck, where you can bring that shoulder blades down towards the hips. Looking diagonally forward. Using the breath to steady the nervous system so that protection mechanism doesn't come to grip around, so the muscles don't grip around the bones, where the brain feels safe to open up to allow you to lengthen. Keeping the spine nice and long by using the back muscles to lift the chest up, lengthening through the lungs, open the space between the lower ribs and the hips. If you're already in lizard, make sure you're just not using the right leg, but help by using the Uddiyana Bandha, sewing that Uddiyana Bandha towards the spine, expanding the space between the shoulder blades. For another 3, 2, 1. And exhale, drop the knees, untuck the back toes. And inhale, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot, bringing that left knee out to the side. Of course, you may stay still or sway the knees from side to side, or both the knee and the hips from side to side, whatever feels good for you here. And as you feel, with the breath, that the body's starting to open, you can go deeper, as long as you can maintain the integrity in the upper body, where you can keep the chest lifted, collarbone open. For another 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, bring the knees in, placing the hands on the mat with a straight arm or on the low side of the brick, placing the left hand inside the left inner kneecaps. And then inhale, open the hip by bringing the left knee out, rolling on the outer edge of the left foot, and then opening the upper extremities. Of course, you may stay still, or if you prefer, to exhale, contract in, and then inhale, open. For those who are really open, sorry I didn't mention this option. If you want to go deeper, of course you can place the right forearm onto the low side of the brick or onto the mat. Exhale, contract in, and inhale, open. For those who want to go deeper, you can straighten the arms, lift the back foot, grabbing the inner edge of the right foot, and inhale, lengthen to exhale. Inhale, open. If you want to go deeper, of course you can place the right forearm onto the floor or onto the low side of the brick. To inhale, open, and exhale, contract, and inhale, open, and exhale, contract. And then inhale, open, and exhale, release. Plant the hands, arms straight, tuck the back toes, and exhale, step the left foot back into downward dog. I forgot to do one thing, so inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, step the left foot forward only, left knee about the left ankle, and then roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, and lift the left balls of the feet, and you're on the left heel, and then roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. So the left shin is parallel to the short end of the mat, and inhale, lengthen through the abdominals, and then raising that left arm. If you prefer to sweep the left arm behind the back, with the intention for the left fingers to touch the right outer hips, you may for 3, 2, 1, and exhale into downward dog or into vinyasa. So once you're in downward dog, come into child pose. For those who want a little bit more for your shoulders, you can do a variation of puppy pose, where you place the hands on the low side of the brick, hammering the hips above the knees, bringing the hands further away, allowing the forehead to rest. For those who want to go deeper into the full expression of puppy, remove the hands off the brick, walking the hands further away, allowing the chest and the chin to rest. If that's too much, of course you can go into that variation of puppy or child pose and breathe here for a few breaths. So I looked at the chat just now. I just saw something come in. Yes, for the 9 a.m. Saturday, the style has been changed from yoga lattes to morning flow. The yoga lattes is still on every Wednesday night at 7:15. So, but for this Saturday, 9 a.m., it's morning flow. And as the MoreYoga staff mentioned, there is a Pilates class with Susanna Lutz. So if you're looking more for a Pilates workout, yes, there is one today at 12:30. Yeah, sorry if there were any confusion. Yeah, so starting from this week, from Saturday, the 9 a.m. Is morning flow. Yeah. So come into downward dog. And inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, step the right foot forward only. Drop the left knee and tuck the back toes, and inhale, raise the arms up. And of course you may stay here or place the hands on the waist, lengthening through the abdominals. And you can look at the horizon. If it's okay to do that back bending a little bit, you can bring the head back, looking towards the sky. Or if you want something a little bit more, so reverse low lunge. Yeah, you bring the left hip above the left knee and walk the hands back, grabbing the left heel, and inhale, lengthen through the abdominals as you raise that right arm up and over. For 3, 2, 1, and inhale, come out, and exhale, tuck the toes, lift the left knee, digging the left balls of feet into the mat. We're going to transition into warrior 2. So spin on the outer edge of the left foot, heel to heel, 1.5 leg width apart, and inhale, come into warrior 2. Exhale, reach forward, the right fingers, palms up, and inhale into reverse warrior. Make sure that the right knee doesn't collapse in, because when the knee is collapsing in, that strains the knee and the lower back. So make sure you can draw the inner kneecaps towards the pinky toes, so the right foot should knee, upper thighs in a straight line. And exhale, place the right hand on the thigh, or right forearm on the thigh, or you can place the right hand inside the right foot on the mat or on the brick. And then you can inhale, sweep the left arm up and over, or down and up. Or if you prefer to go into a bind, you can thread the right arm through, and then grabbing the right wrist with the left thumb, index finger, and inhale, lengthen. To exhale, open where the right foot, shin, knee, upper thighs in a straight line. And exhale, plant the hands, and step the right foot back into downward dog or into vinyasa. And inhale, look between the hands as you exhale, step the left foot forward only, left knee above the left ankle, drop the right knee and tuck the back toes. And inhale, raise the arms up. And of course you may stay here or place the hands on the waist, and inhale, lengthen. So look towards the horizon if it's okay. Bringing the head back, looking towards the ceiling. If you want a little bit more, reverse low lunge, where you stack your right hip above the right knee, walking the right hands back, grabbing the right heel with the right hand, and inhale, use the back muscle to lift the lower cage of the hips as you sweep the left arm back. For 3, 2, 1, and inhale, come out, and exhale, plant the hands either side of the left foot, tuck the back toes, lift the right knee, digging the right balls of feet into the floor, and then spin on the outer edge of the right foot, heels to heels, 1.5 leg width apart, and then inhale into warrior 2. Exhale, reach forward, the left fingers, palms open, inhale into reverse warrior. For 3, 2, 1, and exhale, place the left hand on the thigh, or left forearm onto the thigh, or placing the left hand inside the left foot on the mat or on the brick. And inhale, lengthen through the elbows using the back muscles to open the upper extremity, sweeping the right arm up and over or down and up. And looking at the right fingers, or if you want to thread the left arm through, sweeping the right arm back with the intention to grab the right wrist with the left thumb and index finger, and inhale, lengthen. So you're trying to draw the left hip back, bringing the left inner kneecaps towards the pinky toe. So left foot, shin, knee, upper thighs in a straight line as you open up, shifting the weight to the back leg. And exhale, look at the left foot, plant the hands into downward dog or into vinyasa. And once you're in downward dog, drop the knees. Yeah. And come to seated. Yeah. So we're going to extend the left leg, bend the right knee. Yeah. Placing the right foot outside the left knee. And then from here, left hand on the right knee or elbow hook. Or if you're quite open with the twisting and with the rotation of the spine, left elbow outside the right knee. Placing the right hand behind, right fingers pointing towards the back of the room, and then using the back muscles to lift the lower cage away from us, unloading the strain of the lower back. If you're weak with your back muscles, of course you can use the right hand as a leverage to push away the mat, to lengthen through the lungs, to exhale, twist. Looking over the right shoulders or towards the back of the room. Of course, you may stay still or release and inhale, lengthen. To exhale, twist. The foundation is still the left leg, so you're squeezing the left quads, digging the left heels into the floor, pressing the left balls of the feet into the floor. And exhale, release. Yeah. And then we'll do the other side, extending the right leg, bending the left knee, placing the left foot outside the right knee. And you can do right hand, left knee, or right elbow hook, or right elbow outside the left knee. Placing the left hand behind, left fingers pointing towards the back of the room, using the back muscles to unload the strain in the lower back, lifting the lower cage rhythms. Of course, you can use the left hand to push away the mat, digging the right heels, pressing the right balls of feet into the floor as you exhale, twist. Of course, you may stay here or inhale, lengthen. To exhale, twist deeper if you want to. For 3, 2, 1. And exhale. Lie down on the mat with the knees bent, feet on the floor. Yeah. Placing the right ankle onto the left knee. Yeah. So make sure your right knee is not facing towards the chest. Use the outer muscles in the right knee to open up. Yeah. The hips, trying to keep the right calf parallel to the short end of the mat. And then from here, if you can maintain this integrity, of course you can lift the left foot. Yeah. Use the right hand to make sure that right knee doesn't come towards you. And if you want a little bit more, of course you can place the left hand behind the left hamstrings. If you want a little bit more, you can place the left hand on below the left knee, on the left shin. If you want more, you can bring the left ankle more towards the left groin. Allowing the head and the neck and the shoulders and elbows to soften. And exhale, release. Placing the right foot back on the floor, placing the left ankle onto the right knee, below the right knee. If that left knee is coming towards the heart, you can of course use the left hand to guide it out, using the strength in the outer muscles of that left knee, the left hip, to bring that left knee out so the left calf is parallel to the short end of the mat, feet flex, toes pointing up. And of course you may stay here. If you want a little bit more, lifting that right foot, make sure that left knee is not coming in, use the left hand, use the outer muscles around the left knee all the way to the left outer hips to bring that left knee out. If you want more, right hand behind the right hamstrings or on the right shin below your right knees. If you want a little bit more, you can place the left ankle closer to your right growing and then bring in that knee closer if you want to. Allowing the head once again and the neck, really helping to slow down the breath, steadying the nervous system. And exhale, release. Hug the knees into the chest and rock the spine back and forth. For 3, 2, 1, and exhale, come into seated. So I'll give you 2 options depending on how open or how tight the hips are. So for the people who are tight, creating a diamond shape, soles of the feet together, placing the hands on the toes, curl the spine. So you're trying to sew your Uddiyana Bandha towards the spine, curling the back, and then drawing the shoulders away from the ears as you try to bring your crown, the middle of the top of the head, towards the feet. For those who are open, you can do double pigeon, where you place the left calf parallel to the short end of the mat, and then stacking your right calf on top, where the ankle, knee stack. And then from here, you're not curling the spine. You can use the hand on the knee, ankle, to use the back muscles to lift the lower cage from hips as you bring the heart towards, for the heart to rest on the calves. And of course, if you are going a little bit deeper, the hands can be on the mat, the forearm on the mat in front of the shin, or you can extend the right fingers further away, allowing the head and the neck to hang heavy. And for those who are in double pigeon, I can give you an option. If for those who need that rotation, the spine, placing, so if you're quite tight with the rotation, you can place the right forearm onto the right sole of the feet, or if you're quite more adventurous, elbow, or very adventurous, right biceps. And placing the hands in prayer and inhale, lengthen, to exhale, twist. So if you're on your forearm, probably the hands in prayer doesn't work. So if that's the case, right forearm, you can sweep the left arm behind the back with the intention to grab the right inner thighs and inhale, lengthen, to exhale, open. And then inhale, come out, and exhale. For those who are in double pigeon, you can switch, placing the right calf parallel to the short end of the mat and placing that left calf on top. For those who are in Baddha Konasana B, you can do Baddha Konasana A. Of course, you may stay in B. So for A, use the hands on the mat to lift the hips forward as comfortably as close as you can. And then placing the hands on top of the feet, thumb, inner sole, and then using the hand as a leverage to open the soles of it, like opening the book, and then bringing the elbows in towards the side of the ribs, and using the hands as a leverage if your lower back muscles is weak, to lift the lower cage of your hips, opening the chest, collarbone open. And then of course you may stay here or try that, sewing that Uddiyana Bandha to bring the chin away from the feet. So it's not Baddha Konasana B where you're curling the spine, using the hands and the back muscles to lift. Keeping the heart open, chest lifted as you fold forward. For those who are in double pigeon, of course you can stay here, or if you want to add that rotation in the spine, yeah, you can place the left forearm, right hand behind the back with intention to grab the left inner thighs. Do inhaling, to exhale, open. And looking over the right side of the ceiling. Yeah. Or of course, if it's too much for the neck, you can look at the horizon, or elbow, or biceps. Hands of prayer, and inhale, lengthen, to exhale, twist. Okay. And then inhale, come out, and exhale, we'll do a gentle back bending. For those who want, of course, to go into half bridge, of course you can. And make sure you have 2 bricks just in case. So place the feet on the floor. Yeah, so with back bending, it's not outer edge, outer hips. Yeah, you want to place the outer edge of the feet half a foot wider. So when you lean to the left, you can see the left heels. Yeah, and then you can exhale, lift the hips into your half bridge, or if you want a little bit restorative back bending, you can place the low wide side of the brick on your sacrum, which is the reverse triangle, the flat bone. So it's the space between your hips and lower back. If you want a little bit more, medium height on top of the low side of the brick. If you're quite open, you can place the brick on the high side. Make sure that the knees don't splay out to the side. When the knees splay out to the side, although you feel like, oh, I'm relaxing my muscles, that's a sign that your gluteus maximus, the fatty part of the glutes, is being engaged more than 50%, which shoots pain to the lower back. So it's really important to keep the feet, shin, knee, upper thighs, including your psoas, to be in a neutral plane. When it's in a neutral plane, the inner thighs, quads, outer hips are engaged. So the gluteus maximus doesn't have to work so hard, and it stops shooting pain into that lower back. So rest here. And exhale, lift the hips to remove the brick, and inhale, lower, and lie down onto the mat into Shavasana, letting the feet roll out to the side, letting the palms roll open towards the sky, and close the eyes, letting go that Ujjayi breath, your natural belly breath, linking into the parasympathetic nervous system, that brings relaxation into the body. Close the eyes. To steady the mind. And let go of any effort in the body. Allow yourself to luxuriate in this moment. And so there's no need to create a blank canvas, no need to meditate here. Allow the body to soften, to melt into the mat, in your body. As we soften, as we open. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingers. And bring the arms up and over the head, stretching the fingers away from the feet. Exhale, release. Hug the knees into the chest. And roll onto one side and rest for a moment. And inhale, press through the arms and come to your preferred seated position. Hands in prayer. Reflecting on the intention that you have set at the beginning of today's practice. And inhale, flutter the eyes open. And exhale, bow. Ending today's session. Thank you very much. If you would like to ask me anything, write on the chat or you can leave a comment. MoreYoga would like your feedback. I was asked to make sure at the end of the session to ask you to type a comment in terms of what kind of improvement that you would like from this MoreYoga YouTube platform, what you find it difficult. I tried it, and then of course trying to do the moves while looking at a TV screen or a laptop is quite difficult in itself. But if there's any suggestions that you feel like this is going to help to make it easier, please give us any feedback. Now, of course, you can contact MoreYoga the normal way, which is Facebook Messenger or Facebook MoreYoga, and writing comments. And so, but any questions you have, please. I'm going to be here on live. They said to keep yourself on the keep. They asked me to keep myself on live. So if there's any questions, I'm just here to answer anything. If there's any request in terms of for the next morning flow, please direct message me on Instagram. My Instagram handle name is on the YouTube under the description. And then I'm creating all these like yoga tutorials on how to chaturanga, how to do warrior one, really in-depth explanation. So you can check those out. But if there's any question, please let me know. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you for the feedback. Thank you, great class. Yes. So of course, they want you to like. If you can press like, it's kind of awkward for me to ask to like my page, but I guess they want more likes on the MoreYoga YouTube playlist. I'm not sure if that. I don't know how the rating works for YouTube, but I guess it really helps. I'm not sure. Yes, but thank you, and hopefully you have a wonderful day. Tonight I'll be doing the restorative meditation at 7:45 p.m. But from next Saturday, the timetables are changing, and the next week Saturday, the 25th, the restorative meditation is going to change to 6:30. But for those who were looking forward to the yoga lattes, I'll see you Wednesday at 7:15. Thank you, sweeties. Yeah, and if you have, so my morning flow is quite gentle. So depending on the teacher, some people, some of the teachers teach morning flow is vinyasa, but I like my morning flow gentle. And it seems like on the MoreYoga YouTube platform, there's a lot of vinyasa flow. So I hope you like that. I hope you like that opening, taking the time. And so if you have any requests, please let me know. So today the request was opening the psoas with a little bit of that back bending, gentle back bending. And I know that a lot of people like opening the hips, so I included that. But if there's any requests like hamstrings or shoulders, I'm sure being cooped up in quarantine, our shoulders and necks are in pain. Actually, mine is. But anyway, send me any request, okay? So I'm going to log off now. Okay, have a wonderful